Hello. Today we consider three different measures of central tendency, or three different kinds of average. And the first, the most common understanding of average is the mean of data set. To find the mean, we add all the values of the set and divide them by the number of these values. Suppose that we take several scores for the second exam from, this is a sample from the population of the whole class. So to find the mean, we add these numbers, 70 plus 78 plus 91 plus 63 plus 74 plus 36, and divide by the number of the scores. We have 6 scores here. We divide by 6. So we can take a calculator here. 70 plus 78 plus 91 plus 63 is 412, and we divide by 6. The average or the mean is 68.67 approximately. And we use the letter X bar to determine the mean. And to determine the mean, if it is the mean of a sample of part of the population. For the given data set, find the sum of X. So we use the Greek letter called sigma for sum, the number of elements of the set, and the X bar, the mean of the set. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 numbers, so n equals 10. To find the mean, we can first find the sum of these numbers and then divide by n. And here we can simplify our work a little bit, since we have several similar numbers like 12 and 12. We can write 12 times 2. Then we have only 1, 3, so plus 3. Then we have 5, 5, 5, and 5, 4 times. We can add 5 times 4. And then another 3 numbers, plus 4 plus 7 plus 8. 66. Then the mean will be 66 divided by the number of the elements in the set, 6.6. And we can formulate the rule that we have already used in this example to find the mean of the set with a frequency distribution. We multiply each value of x by its frequency f, and then add. If you do not use the frequency distribution, then the formula was sum of values of x values divided by n. And the sum of x is the sum of x times frequency, and n equals the sum of frequencies. So if you add all the frequencies in the table, you must get the total number of elements. Consider this example that a company is recording the number of calls per day, 4 calls per day. That had happened once, 5 calls, was 4 days, 4 different times. 6 calls was only 1 day in a row. If we add the numbers of the frequencies, 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, we will get the number of the days when they recorded frequency, recorded the calls, so 14, exactly 2 weeks. And to find the mean, add such products, the number of calls 4 times the number of days when it was 4 calls, plus 5 calls were during 4 days, plus 6 calls for 1 day, plus 7 calls 2 days, plus 8 times 3, plus 9 times 2, 9 times 2, and plus 10 times 1. And we divide by the number of the days, 14, or this sum of frequencies, which is approximately 6.86. 6.86, the average number of calls per day during these 2 weeks. We determine the range as a difference between maximum and minimum value. Range is maximum minus minimum. So maximum is 10 here. Minimum is 4. 10 minus 4, 6 is the range of the data set. Mean is very convenient, but it has some problems. If the set has extreme scores, extreme values, they can influence the mean. If we count these extreme values, they will determine the mean more than other values. Here is the example of the number of unique visitors for 10 different sites, and we have here 2 top sites with 1,000 or even more than 1,000 visitors. If you find the mean using our formula, so we add all 10 values and divide by the number of the values by 10, we will get the mean 341 million. This number, if we represent it on the number line, will be situated here. This number is greater than 8 from 10 values that we consider. So it doesn't represent very good the other 8 values. So, and depending on what is your goal, you may want to exclude these so-called outliers. Maybe you want to consider only the 8 values that are relatively close to each other. 310 plus 255 plus 250 plus 120. This time we have only 8 values, so to find mean we divide by 8, and new mean is 163.75 million. It represents better these 8 values. So often when you consider mean, you have to decide what to do with outliers, or remember that they influence the mean very much. Maybe you prefer to use another method to determine the average, like median. To find the median, we first have to arrange the data set. In this example, we have the numbers already arranged from 80 to 110, 1,100. And then we find the value that is exactly in the middle. Here we have 10 values, 5 and 5. Actually, it doesn't matter how you arrange them, increasing or decreasing, we need to find the middle. So here, when we have two values in the middle, we find the mean of these two values and call it median. So we have two situations. Either we have odd number of values, and then we just take the value in the middle, and this is the median. Or if we have odd, even number of values, then we take two numbers in the middle. So you see we have 3 to the left, 3 numbers to the right, and here also 3 to the left and 3 to the right. Median is the number or the value that is situated in the middle in the arranged data set. This is important that the values are arranged. So, and then when we have these two values, we find the mean of these two values. We add them and divide by 2. So the median of the data set will be 250 plus 120 divided by 2. You see, by this method, the outliers do not actually influence the median. They can be any numbers greater than 310. We do not consider each number separately except the number or two numbers in the middle of the set. It can be difficult to determine the median for the set given by a frequency table, because do not forget that we do not have here 5 values. We have much more. We should add the frequencies to determine how many values we have here. 7 plus 10 and 19. So the sum of frequencies is 19. We have 19 data values. So the median will be in the middle. If we arrange them, we will have 9 values, then one value that will determine the median, and another 9 values. So 9 plus 1 plus 9. So it is important to write this value in the correct order. We can find the 10th value using the frequencies. So we have 2 plus 4, 6 values, plus 3, 9 values. So the 10th value will be here in this cell of the table. It will be 95. But we can also, if we don't have so many numbers, we can list them. So we have 72 and 72. We have the frequency of 72 is 2. The frequency of 86 is 4. We have 8 times 86, 4 times 86. Then we have 3 times 91. Then we have 7 times 95. And we have 3 times 100. These first 9 numbers are to the left from the median. These 9 numbers are to the right from the median, and 95 is exactly in the middle. Is the median of the data set. In the data set, we can find 5 different values, so-called 5 number summary. We have the minimum value and the maximum value. We have median in the middle. And then we can divide the half of the set that is below median, so-called lower half. We divide the set in 2 halves. We can use this term the lower half and upper half. So in the middle we have a median, and then when we divide the lower half into two halves, we will get the first quartile, and dividing the upper half into two halves, we will get the third quartile. You can actually call median the second quartile, although it is not used so often. So these 5 numbers represent 5 number summary, and we can also represent this as box and whisker plot when we have these 5 numbers. So we draw the interval from minimum to maximum. Then we show where is the first quartile, the third quartile, and the median. And the middle part, it is approximately the half of the set, is represented by a box in the middle. So this box in the middle represents the values from Q1 to Q3, and according to the method that we used, it is approximately the half of the values. So for this graph, it is important that it is scaled. Then the whiskers show exactly how far the middle part is from the ends. Example with the social media sites, we can find the median as the mean of these two numbers in the middle, 375/2. Then we have the upper half and the lower half. Then we put these numbers on the number line with using scale. The maximum values in the outlier. The greatest part of the set is here below. And the last measure of central tendency that we use is the mode. The mode is the value that occurs most frequently. Set, we have 6 2 times, so 6 is the mode. In the second set, 4 and 6 are both the modes. So not every number that occurs several times is a mode. For example, in the set 1 2 3 2 3 3, 2 occurs 2 times, but it is not the mode because 3 occurs 3 times, so 3 is the mode in this set. In the set C, there is no mode, and then the last set with letters B is the mode, and you see that this last method to find average, the mode can be applied to qualitative data set. So the other all three can be used for quantitative set, but this last, the mode, can be used also for qualitative set. And you can decide by yourself which average is better for your situation. When you want to qualify some data set, you can use mean, median, or mode depending on what property of the set you want to emphasize.